How a caravan can and cannot withstand extreme temperature is an integral part of anybody's checklist when choosing the right caravan. Adverse weather not only affects your holiday, but it can also have an adverse effect on the fixtures and fittings inside your caravan. That's why Caravan Times has come along to the Alder and Truma Climate Centre here in Derby to put the MKIII Unicorn Cadiz through its paces inside the hot and cold chamber. We're joined now by Philippa Brown-Jackson of Bailey of Bristol. We're doing the hot test today. Could you explain a bit more about that?
With our vans being used all over the world, particularly in Australia and New Zealand, they're being transported out there, used in very high temperatures. They're not so worried about the freezing conditions, but they are worried about what happens in heat and humidity. Obviously, our customers are taking their vans increasingly over to Europe, to Spain, and they're getting up to 40 degrees as well. So we're testing the vans at 40 degrees, more to do with the internal components. We're testing the adhesives on these panels, especially around the curved shapes on the edging that comes around. Like with the cold heat, can distort a furniture panel. So we just need to make sure it returns to its original state once you're out of that heat. The warping you get quite often with really hot temperatures. A door panel on a wardrobe, for instance, or a toilet door, because they're a lot bigger than the other doors within the vehicle, they will misshapen. They'll either bow out or they're concave, depending on the temperatures that they've been subjected to. And that's what we want to make sure is after the test, that there's no detrimental visual part to that.
I understand you previously hotboxed individual components. So could you tell me a little more as to why we're hot testing today?
We've hotboxed the components. We just pop them into a box at 40 degrees, we leave them there, pull them out a day later and check that everything's still fine. So when they're bolted in, screwed in, fixed to other parts of the van, it's a very real test. It's simulating how the van will be in Australia, the van will be in Spain. It's simulating real life is what we need to do.
Although it's undeniably hot in here today, we're also going to be performing a wet test. Could you explain the difference between the two and why we're doing that today?
Yeah, at the moment it's dry, but it's quite comfortable heat to be in. So what we do to add the humidity, because it's not a possibility with the actual chamber, is we put pans on all four hobs and then we fill them with water and we carry on boiling them. And we normally get it up to about 50 degrees with the pans boiling away in here, and it is the humidity that makes the difference.
How does the insulation react to the caravan being colder on the inside than on the outside?
Funny you should mention that. We recently tested with an air conditioning unit in the same conditions as this. So what we did was, it's a bit of a reverse grade 3 test really. So it's up at 40 degrees and it's been up at 40 degrees the whole night, so for 10 hours. And then we turned the Aventa air conditioner on. And in just over 2 hours, we managed to get the temperature inside the vehicle down to 21 degrees. So it's a reasonable temperature for anybody to be working with.
So tell me, what are you hoping to see from the Unicorn Cadiz today?
I'm hoping that after the test finishes that it looks exactly the same as the beginning of the test. It's one of those things that you never know until you've tried it. Okay, we're just put the pans on now and we're going to bring them to the boil, and we'll carry on topping those up as they get low and adding humidity to the van.
It's unbelievably hot in there. It's actually reached up to 115% humidity, so I'm going to go outside and cool down.
Okay, so this is the end of the test. We're going to go in, have a look at how everything is. So you can see we've exceeded the 50 degrees. It's at 56.3 on the probe nearest to the pans, and you can see there's none of these edges peeled off. Everything's fine, or maybe you can't see at all actually. So yeah, everything in here is fine. The roof lights around. It's all stayed up with the heat. Yeah, I'm pretty pleased with that. Yeah, all the changes we've done, they've worked. Brilliant.
Hi, so it's been a couple of hours now, Pip.
Yeah.
It's pretty warm in there.
Yeah, it's a little bit hot.
How have we done?
Yeah, brilliant result. It's dry heat, we were absolutely fine. There was nothing changed. Then we added the heat, as we've shown earlier, and everything's performed exactly as we expected it to do. In fact, we've increased the test and we've gone up to a full 2 hours.
No, well done, that's great. Now, I mean, obviously, because it was very hot and it was up near 60 degrees, I think, of looking at the screen there, which is about as warm as it's ever going to get. And humidity-wise, we really ramped it up as well, with all the saucepans boiling away there. So, I mean, it's probably well in excess of what you're ever likely to experience in there. But it's good to know that all the components and all the sealants, etc., the adhesives, they're all performing as required, because we are mindful now that our customers take our caravans far and wide.
Yeah, it's good for everybody to know.
So well done to you and the team. Congratulations.